We have three NBA champions today. You already know the names, the faces, and probably the podcast. I'm proud to introduce Paul Pierce, Steven Jackson, and Matt Barnes. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Mm-hmm.
We have some truly A1 nicknames on the call today. We got the Truth. We got Captain Jack. Does Matt have a nickname that we're missing out on, guys? Nothing.
Did you ever have a nickname, Matt?
Uh-uh.
I got a whole nickname for him, but that's what I call him. I don't think worldwide he's never had one.
Okay. Just checking. You're all here with the Buffalo Wild Wings today. Can you tell me how you're working with them?
Excited to team back up with them. We got a chance to partner with them at the NBA Summer League last year in Las Vegas. Myself, Jack, and J.R. Smith. It worked so well. They wanted to have us back for NCAAs. We're excited for the setup they have out there in Houston. Obviously, TVs everywhere. We have a lucky fan that's going to get a chance that they've built a kind of a bed and breakfast at the Buffalo Wild Wings. That the fan, a lucky fan and a guest will get a chance to stay the night there, and also tickets to the Final Four. What do you say, Jack? We have a sauce jump shot contest, hot wing eating contest. So really just a chance for myself, Jack, Paul, and Asia Wilson to come mingle with the fans, shoot a live show, watch basketball, and eat some good wings.
Wait, you mean to tell me they got a hotel?
They built a room inside the Buffalo Wild Wings for the fans to stay.
Oh damn, that's wild.
It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be super cool.
Do we have a favorite wing sauce from everybody?
Yeah, I'm honey hot.
I'm lemon pepper.
Yeah, I'm lemon pepper and buffalo though. I like a good buffalo too. I like the garlic parm. I like that too. I usually order all three.
Some variety. Love it. I think I'm lemon pepper as well. My coworkers on the Knuckleheads podcast have a fantastic opening question. Who was the first person to bust your ass when you got to the league? In this case, though, I'm going to ask, did anyone on this call give you the business?
Paul gave us buckets.
Paul gave me the business plenty of times.
I just remember it was very physical and intense every time. Like, man, I remember Matt pushed me one time, man. I was like, oh, shit. And then me and Matt, he was in Charlotte. I mean, it was definitely because our competitive nature, I just think it was. But we was always cool. But you felt the competitiveness from every time we always matched up. You know, I know I was going to get a couple good fouls from them. And I knew I had to be ready.
It was dope for me because I got a chance to start playing against Paul when I was at UCLA. UCLA always used to have the men's gym runs, and Paul was fresh into the league and one of the up and coming wing stars. So I'd always try to, gauge myself on can I even stay in front of this guy? And Paul was one of those unique, stronger threes, but he can also do everything. And then Jack, both these guys were, really out there getting buckets. So I was being able to pride myself on trying to, guard guys like both these guys and Kobe and Bron and those guys. So getting a chance to play against Paul, right when I was in college, fresh out of high school, I think gave me an advantage once I got to the league because I had to guard someone who was already one of the best scorers in the game.
Paul really made me a better player being in Indiana and battling with him in the playoffs and be able to play him 4 times a year. That just made me better. It was an honor to go against him all those times, especially in the playoffs. And we also got to give a shout out to Quentin Richardson and D. Miles since she talked about the Knucklehead podcast.
Yeah, it's a great question, honestly. Pivoting to the current NBA, there's so much top-level talent now, probably more than ever before. Is there a best player in the NBA right now, in your guys' opinion?
For me, it's Giannis.
Yeah, for me, it's Giannis too. Just the combination of both ends of the court.
Passion.
Yeah. I mean, I think the players, like I heard Jason Tatum say it the other day. They asked some of the All-Stars who's the best player, and a lot of them were saying Giannis. Based on just both ends of the court.
Yeah, I think Giannis, I think you can throw KD when he's healthy in that mix. Someone I think who has an underrated, defensive resume, but, can get buckets with the best of them. But, there's just a lot of talent in the league right now. These guys are more skilled, I think, than we've ever seen. So I have a blast watching. Defense is optional, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I understand that's just where the game is going. But there's a lot of young, talented, athletic players in the league right now.
And what Giannis brings to the game is the reason why I give Kobe and Jordan a notch over LeBron. he plays the game with a passion that you can't teach, and it's every night. And he's the best player. Like that, you can't teach that. So him alone, the way he approaches the game, loves the game, and plays it every night, like that makes him the best player in the league to me.
So,
And I think what Matt said also with Giannis, it's two ways. He plays both ends of the court, which is always got to appreciate that. The whole load management thing has been a big topic of conversation the last couple of weeks. You want fans to get their money's worth when it comes to who they want to see play, but you also want players to be healthy. Is there a smart way to get around that? Or is there I know there's not an easy fix, but is there a way to adapt to that?
I was in San Antonio when Pop started that, and the way they doing it now, that's not what Pop originally did. Like Tim played a lot of minutes during the regular season, and Pop maybe rested him in the last 5 games, maybe two of those last 5 games, right? Pop wasn't resting Tim when I was there doing like all the games and the TV games. He wasn't doing that. At the end of the season, right before the playoffs, yeah, maybe he rested 3 out of 5 games, but that was it. It wasn't during the season. So what it's came to now, yeah, it's kind of disrespecting the game because a lot of guys ain't even hurt. They just showing up saying, I don't want to play today.
I think we used to pride ourselves on playing 82 games or at least 80. You know what I mean? Like that was a badge of honor. And then, you still had to work in the playoffs. And, whether Pop started or, Pop started something that the league has kind of taken to their own hands. I don't know if we'll ever see a change because these guys are getting a ton of money and playing about 60 to 70 games a year. And it just kind of is what it is. But again, what Jack mentioned, I always think about the fans, and I remember Kobe talking about this, and I think Dame Lillard just mentioned this. I mean, this could be the fans' only time getting to see a live game, and they come to the game excited to see you, and you don't play, and you're not hurt. You're just resting. So it's unfortunate. I don't think there's anything that anybody can do or complain or anything. I think this is what the game is now, and to me, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think there's one solution and one solution only, but it will never happen. In order to control this, I think you have to shorten up the season. But, it's too much money involved, too much advertising, too much TV involved that they won't ever do it. But if you shortened up the season to, say, 62 games, it will make each game much more important in a race to the finish line. But I know that's something that won't happen.
Right, because then you got to take away money from people, and that's not happening.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the whole Tim Duncan did not play old listing. That was hilarious. Paul, you were honored with a spot on the NBA 75th anniversary team last season. Congratulations, by the way. Were there any memorable interactions you had at that ceremony? There were so many legends walking around. I'm sure that was awesome.
Oh man, it was all memorable. I think my most memorable, kind of like watching and interacting, I had a great interaction with Jerry West. And then I just remember the moment that really caught me when I was in the room with all the guys, when I looked over and I saw Magic Johnson, it was Magic, Isaiah Thomas, and Kevin McHale in a circle talking to each other off to the side. And I was like, damn, them is the dynasties of the 80s that I kind of grew up watching, and it looked like they all hated each other. And now I see them in this room and they conversation and laughing and joking. And it was just like, damn. And I picked up my phone and I recorded that moment. So on my phone, I recorded Magic, McHale, and Isaiah chopping it up in the back room. And it was just like something, it was like, that was like my childhood. And just to be in the room with all them, it was just like a kid in a candy store, man. It was just like, and I had to kind of pinch myself. I was like, damn, I'm in here. Like, I'm a part of this. And so it was like I was a fan, but then I had to pinch myself like, damn, I'm one of the guys. And so it was definitely a memorable moment. And I got a lot of video that I haven't released or may not release, but, it's going to be in my pocket.
Nice. That's so cool. Stack, you played in the Big 3 League and you won an award for the league's best trash talker, which I think is a great idea, along with the best dressed award. The NBA should absolutely adopt these ideas. Are there any other Big 3 concepts that they should know about?
The 4-point shot. All those guys are shooting from half court now. And you know what? They going to do it. And when they do, they better give Ice Cube his props, because the 4-point shot has changed a lot of games in the Big 3 when guys come down. And Dame Lillard and them, instead of giving them 3 from shooting back there, because everybody can't do it, you might as well have a 4-point shot.
Yeah, I think they should too, but only in like the last 2 minutes though. Because like you don't want kids going down every time down shooting from half court. You know, it's already enough threes being shot.
Yeah.
Like I think they should, but like maybe in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yep, that'll be dope.
Crunch time.
Yeah, crunch time.
Gentlemen, on behalf of Buffalo Wild Wings, thank you for joining us today. I'm sure we'll see you soon.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.